Hi guys, Brenda Hillard here. I have another fun swap card for you. This one uses the new stamp set called More Love. And I love this sentiment. I'll flip my camera down and show you in just a second. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi, Happy New Year. Check out the new, let's see which direction. Oh, that way. Host code for January. This month I'm going to try something a little different. When you place a $75 product order with me, not only do you get to pick a free item from the celebration brochure, but you will receive a packet in the mail from me for a make and take that we'll be doing together virtually the first part of February. So anyway, this is something new I wanted to try, and I think it'll be fun to craft together and get to see each other virtually, however that may be. So, yeah. All right, let's flip down to my workstation here, and here's what we have today. Isn't it fun? I'm going to take it out of the cellophane holder. It just will take some of the glare off it. I did this for a demonstrator swap, and I love how it turned out. So let me show you what I've got here. This is the stamp set I was telling you about, the new More Love. And I love the world needs more love notes. I just love it. So let me show you how I put this together. The pieces that you're going to need are a piece of basic white, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to take that. I'm going to match up my edges. There we go. And I'm just going to press down on my score line here and give it a good crease. All right, so there's our card base. All right. And this one I am doing in a landscape mode. So it's 8.5, 5.5, 4 1/4. And instead of this way, we're going to go this way. Okay. I have a piece of soft succulent that measures 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. I have a piece of the blessing, or no, it's called Home and Hearth designer series paper. So on one side it's colored, it's printed, and then the other side has this beautiful gray white wood grain. This piece measures 3 inches by 4 inches. Then I have a 3/4 inch strip of the polished pink and a piece of basic white, 3.5 by 4.5. All right, so I'm going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. And that's how I got this so nice and dark. Okay, so in order to do that, I lined up I put my big stamp on the piece of Stamparatus acrylic, and I'm just going to take my Stays On ink pad and put it underneath the acrylic so that this is level. I'm going to take my piece of 3.5 by 4.5 basic white, and I'm lining it up right on the grid paper lines there, and I'm going to put my magnet here and here just to hold it in place. I'm going to take the Memento ink, and I'm going to ink this up. And then I'm going to stamp it onto my basic white, and let's see what it looks like. Kind of light. So that's the beauty of the Stamparatus. I'm going to ink this up again. And we can stamp again because it goes right back in that same spot as before. And now we have a nice dark image. I think I want to do it just even one more time and see if we can really get that nice and dark and crisp. This'll do it. Nice. All right, so I'm going to take that out of there, and I can close this and move that off to the side. All right, so our next step is the Stampin Blends. I'm using the light and the dark, and this is the Just Jade. And then I have the light and the dark polished pink. So let's start with the light pink, and I'm going to use the fine tipped and not the broad head. And I always want to have a little something underneath, because remember, our alcohol markers bleed through the paper. And seriously, that's how they're designed, and that's why they blend so beautifully, and you don't get all of those streaks, or you know, the individual lines from coloring. Okay, so there's our light polished pink. Then I'm going to come in the thin tip again, and I'm just going to add some of the dark right to the bases and that middle petal. Went out of the lines there a little bit, so I'm just going to accent it and make it look like it was intentional, even though it wasn't. Then I'll take my light Just Jade and do the leaves. And at first I thought I was going to add some of the darker, but I'm not. I'm just going to leave them. I like how it looks. And then my final coloring is the Wink of Stella. Now when you get your Wink of Stella, there's going to be, when this is closed, there's going to be a white, or a black plastic band. When you take this off, you need to remove that black plastic band, and then you're going to gently push where it says push on here, and you want to do that over something, because when you do, you sometimes get that drip, and you don't want that on your card. So now all I'm going to do is give these pink flowers a little touch of Wink of Stella. And the beauty of Wink of Stella is you get that glitter without the glitter mess, or the... I just read a thing lately, and I didn't know, but glitter is really harmful to the environment. It's one of those things that never goes away. So Wink of Stella, thank you for the sparkle and being friendly to the environment, right? All right, so now I'm going to bring in my piece of soft succulent, and this is 3 5/8 by 4 5/8. And as what that's about is we're just going to do a little bit of liquid glue on here. You guys, since the weather has turned cold, I've had trouble with my liquid glue in my craft room. It's almost like it gets cold and thick, and it won't, I'm going to try giving it a little air on this end. It won't come out of my glue bottles. I'm going to try a different bottle. Give me just a sec. I'm just going to grab one here. I'm going to put this one by the heater and see if that helps. So here's a brand new one. Let's try that and see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, much better. So, oops. Yeah, so I don't know if it just got cold or what happened, but whatever it wasn't good. All right, now this is 1/8 of an inch border. So that liquid glue gives us just a little bit of time to readjust. And then on our card base, bring that back in, we're going to take our piece of wood grained paper that measures 3 by 4. We'll add some, ooh, I got lots of liquid glue now. There's some glue for us. And I just glued this on so that it's like 1/4 of an inch on all edges. I'm just going to rub that down and give that a chance to adhere. And then let me show you this while we're letting that dry. These are the Floral Hearts dies. They are out of the annual catalog. I love this little border. So is what I did with our 3/4 inch strip of polished pink. I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. All right, so is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trim right here so that this end is loose. And I'll trim here so this is loose. And that'll just get rid of our excess paper. The other thing I wanna do is there's just a few, and I'm gonna use my piercing tool, or I could use my take your pick tool. But there's just some, and I think because I cut out so many, like I told you I did 25 of these for, or 24 for a swap. So I think this little spot on my die was kind of full of paper, but you can see it wasn't hard to clean that out of there. But then is what I did is on the back side of this with this edge, I just did a fine line of multi-purpose glue, and I matched that up to my edge. And I left it so that you can still see that stitched edge on there. Can you see that? I don't know if I have all the right lights on in my room today, but we'll find out in just a minute, won't we, when we redo the video. All right, so there's that. I see that I have a little dot of ink right there that I don't like. So I'm just going to use my Tombow, or Mono, I guess it's Mono by Tombow. It's a sand eraser, and it works pretty well for getting those small little smudges off that you don't want on there. I'm going to take my Stampin' Dimensionals and just add some of those to the back of my focal piece here. All right, and then I'm going to set that down right on here. Isn't it pretty? I love these. And I love the whole idea of the love note thing. So I'm just kind of in love with it all, I guess. And just wait. Just you wait till you see this catalog, or can order from this catalog so that you can make your own beautiful things with products too. All right. So that was the die, remember, from the Floral Hearts dies. Okay, and that's what gave us this beautiful heart border. All right, now I want just a really fine dot of glue, and I've been using these little needle nose bottles that I found on Amazon. I saw somebody use them. Who did I see use them? I believe it was Lisa Curcio. And I was like, those are genius. So there's that. And then these little teeny hearts that were left from the dies. Yep, I used those as my embellishment. So just set those right down on top of my little glue dots there. I'm going to turn them the way I want them to go. One up here. There. All right, and then you can never have enough bling, right? So these are the new Iridescent Rhinestone basic jewels. Can you see how like just super shiny they are? So is what I liked is I put one right in here, and I put one right up here, just to give it a little, oops, I got a pink dot that I punched out. There we go. A little sparkle on there. And I loved it. I just loved them. So I hope you love them too, and I hope you'll stay tuned because I've got lots of projects coming up with lots of product. The other thing I would like you to check out is my team member Sandy and I are going to be hosting a spring retreat stamping event. You can do in person if you're local, and we are offering a retreat in a box as well. So if you go out to createwithbrenda.com, you will find the page that says register for spring retreat. Go check it out there. We'd love to have you join the fun, and it's going to be lots of fun projects, prizes, swag bag. So hop on over there and check it out. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon.